In this week's Parsha, Moshe continues his farewell speech to the Jews, to the rest of the Yidden. He talks about the things they did right, he talks about the things they did wrong, and when it comes to Matan Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu tells us, Ata hareis ladas ki Hashem hu Elokim ein od milvadai. Moshe tells all the Jews, you were all shown that you would know that Hashem is the true God and there is nothing else besides for Him. Later on in this week's Parsha, Moshe says a seemingly identical pasuk, V'yadaita hayom v'ashivaisa elavavcha ki Hashem hu Elokim b'shamayim imal v'al haaretz mitachas ein od. And you will know from today and onwards, and it should stay in your heart, and it should resonate within you, that Hashem is the God from the heavens on top to the earth below, and that there is nothing else except for Him. The question here is though, why have two psukim that seemingly convey the same point when you can just suffice with one? And even though they're the same in its point, in the context that it's trying to bring, the way they were written is actually very different. One of them is talking about how you were shown that Hashem is God and that there's nothing else besides for Him. However, the second pasuk, which is a couple pasukim later in our parsha, talks about all the descriptive titles you should know today. It should resonate in your heart that Hashem is God from the heavens to the earth, and that there's nothing else. It's much longer and much more extensive and expansive. So explains the Rebbe that what's going on over here is very interesting, because Moshe Rabbeinu obviously knew that he was not just speaking to the Yidden of his generation. He was speaking to every Jew to walk the face of the earth in the future. So therefore, the first pasuk he tells the Jews is in past tense. He's talking to his generation, the Dardea, the nation of knowledge. You were shown that there was nothing else except for God. You don't need any assistance. A couple pasukim later though, Moshe addresses all the people who aren't physically there. And he tells them, through all the challenges that you're going to have in your life, you need to know and it needs to resonate in your heart that Hashem is the only God and that is the only person you need to listen to. And the reason why you need to listen to Him is because Ein Od, there is nothing else except for Him. Chassidus explains that the only true existence is Hashem. We are all just expressions of Him, so to speak, down here with a mission to make this world a better place. But really, in our essence, we are just expressions of godliness and expressions of God Himself. And Moshe continues to tell us that that's a very hard concept for us to understand. But when we understand that Hashem is the only God, Bashamayim Mimal, from the heavens, which alludes to the fact that every night our neshama goes up to Hashem and then comes back down and we say Moida Ani, and we infuse that energy in the beginning of our day into our lives. And then, Al Haaretz Mitachas, to the land below, through your Avodah and your work down here, whether it be in Torah, whether it be in davening, whether it be in doing good actions, then it's very simple to understand how Hashem is Ein Od, Hashem is infinite and the only true existence, and that our entire purpose is to fulfill what Hashem wants and make this world a better place. And therefore Moshe gives us two psukim here. One for the generation of the past to be reminded on their mission, and one a very expansive explanation and a very expansive blueprint for the generations of the future on how to be able to carry out their lives with the mindset that we are Hashem's soldiers doing what we need to do in the right way. And by carrying out everything Hashem wants, by keeping His Torah, by doing His mitzvahs, we will surely be zeicha to the coming of Mashiach. May He come speedily in our days. Wishing you a wonderful Shabbos.